Day trading is a lot like roasting a marshmallow. Getting a perfect entry is about being as close to the flame as possible without getting burned. It takes time and patience. Fucking shit! What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day today. Bitcoin has still struggled to get back up to that $42,000 high. You can see right now we are forming a bit of a descending triangle, which is technically a bearish pattern. However, we are in a bull market. We have seen lots of technically bearish patterns breaking to the upside. Can we do it this time around? Well, I want to explain why I do believe that we are at a do or die moment for Bitcoin. In fact, I actually closed out my long position that I had going over the weekend. Now, before you jump and say, hey, I've become a Bitcoin bear. No, that is not true. However, there is a possibility of one more major shakeout before continuing to the upside. Now, I do want to discuss one chart in particular that absolutely nobody, and I mean no one, is talking about right now. And this could hold the key to what Bitcoin is looking to do in the short to mid term. I also want to talk about the biggest opportunity right now in cryptocurrency. It does, of course, have a lot of risks associated with it, but that being said, it could be a very lucrative option for a lot of you guys watching the video. And I also want to sort of end on some bad news from Russia. Once again, Russia looks like they are giving cryptocurrencies the boot. Kind of. We'll get into that. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you are not subscribed, consider it, and let's dive directly into the chart. So as I said over here, we are looking to, look, right here, guys, we had the high right here at around the $42,000 level. We put in a lower high, a lower high, a lower high, and just recently we put in this low and then a lower low. So you could see that the overall trend has somewhat shifted to the downside. Now, this is exactly why I closed out my long. I told you guys I was buying at the $30,000 and the $28,000 level. Right here, I had a combined purchase of around $31,716. I did close that out perfectly at the bounce once I got that rejection at around $33,254 for a total profit of 2.86 Bitcoin. Now, if you want to learn more about how I'm able to actually perform these trades, check out my Bybit tutorial popping up above. Also, $520 in bonuses for anybody just joining. Not recommended for beginners, but here's the thing that I do not like. Now, we had been longing the 21 exponential ever since it dipped on January 11th. Perfect opportunity, long, right? But as soon as we finally broke down right here and we closed that candle, that signaled to me that something bearish might be happening short term in the Bitcoin price. Now, we did have a beautiful bounce off the 50-day moving average, but you could see we are directly in the center of the EMA ribbon. So this is a very dangerous place right now to be trading Bitcoin. And although I do believe that Bitcoin is inevitably going to go up and we are going to see 100K to 250K Bitcoin, the short term is looking a little bit shaky, my friend. So definitely be careful. And the thing that is standing out right here is that back when we were having the original pump, right, we had this resistance right here at around 28,000. And then right here, we were trying to crawl. We had this massive boom and we came down, we retested the level. Right here, we retested it once. And look, once we got below this level, well, this resistance flip support once again became resistant. So this is why I would tread very carefully. You can see right here that if we were to have a breakdown, the next immediate level for Bitcoin would actually be to come down to about the $28,000 level. After that, we have a little bit on the VPVR at about 26,000, but then the ultimate VPVR level, we may have a bit of a bounce around here. You could potentially see Bitcoin come all the way down to about $23,000 to $24,000. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but there is a strong possibility if we continue this trend. And we only have until just the beginning of February, and we know that Bitcoin tends to be an impatient asset. It usually doesn't get to the end of these triangles. So if we cannot break out of this before February 1st, preferably get back above this $36,000 level, then I do think a $23,000 Bitcoin is in the cards. Now, Having a look right here, even Credible Crypto agrees that, the moment of truth could be here for Bitcoin. He's looking around the 34 to 35. That's a little bit optimistic. I was looking a little more around the 36, but even one of the most well-respected traders out there, analyst Bob Lucas, who I definitely recommend everybody go check out. He has great content. He says day 57 low marks a possible end to the downtrend, coming on much lower volume than January 11th low. Sentiment reset, right cycle time band, 30% decline in a bull market. So like we said, that could have been the bottom, right? But then we did sort of have that pullback again, and we did put in that lower high. So he says one more further decline into the next week still fits the profile. Both scenarios, he expects an all-time high by March. So basically, regardless of whether we have a bounce here or we do take that dip down to some of those lower levels that I was talking about, either way, it does look like Bitcoin's price is looking for a rebound. So I don't want everybody freaking out saying, oh my goodness, K-Dub's gone bearish. No, that's not the case. But you do have to understand that in these types of markets, especially when you have a 600% parabolic run to the upside, you are going to get these moments of consolidation. You could even get an entire month of consolidation. For example, the entire month of February could just be a sideways month where we have some flash crash sort of freak out moments for the weak hands, right? But ultimately, the price will continue to go up. Now, something I wanted to discuss super quick. We always compare Bitcoin to gold on this channel, right? Bitcoin is gold 2.0. Interestingly enough, ever since gold actually broke its all-time high, it has essentially just been going lower and lower. Now, it does look like gold is putting in potentially a bit of a a bull flag, right? And you would be looking for a breakout of this flag to the upside. But interestingly enough, once it hit its previous all-time high, it came below it and did get rejected. But we're not here to talk about gold. We're here to talk about Bitcoin. And I have to give a shout out to Crypto Rover. This is the one chart that literally no one is looking or talking about, except for, I guess, Crypto Rover. So shout out to Crypto Rover. But this is the Bitcoin compared to gold chart. And he says, I cannot stress enough how bullish this is. The Bitcoin against gold chart, so this is Bitcoin versus gold, not US dollars, right? Not only broke its all-time high, but it also retested it and bounced off of the all-time high. So this could be signaling the truth of what we had believed all along, that these savvy investors, these high net worth individuals are in fact allocating their gold portfolios, at least a portion of it, into Bitcoin. And this could be the absolute signal that, the bull case is still intact for Bitcoin. So shout out to Crypto Rover. Excellent observation on being able to point that out. Also, something else just to note is that the stablecoin reserve for all exchanges just hit an all-time high. So we have seen Bitcoin getting pulled off exchanges. We've seen a liquidity crisis even with Ethereum. However, we are currently seeing stablecoins at an all-time high. Now, some people might be saying, well, that means they just sold some Bitcoin, so that's why there's stablecoins on the exchange. Right, but if it's still sitting on the exchanges and they haven't pulled it off or they haven't cashed out to their bank account, what are they doing with all of these US dollars sitting on the exchanges? Well, it looks like they're waiting for the dip. These guys are waiting for that opportunity. They're waiting for that $28,000, that $24,000 Bitcoin so they can pounce on it and jump on it with all of these stablecoin cash reserves. Now, you may disagree with me. Maybe that's not the case, but what other explanation do you have for why there is so many stablecoins right now on exchanges? And we have the lowest amount of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Tells me long-term hodlers put it in storage, and we got the short-term speculators or even some of the smart money trying to get their toes wet but are waiting for that lower price, ready to pounce in right now. So like I said, I am not bearish. I just think that right now is a bit of a do or die moment. Look, tomorrow we could break out of this triangle, and then you know what? We'll go straight into full-on, short-term bull mode again. But I just can't do that right now, considering what I'm seeing in the charts. Now, if you don't believe me, though, that they are still accumulating out there. There still is an institutional frenzy. We have NASDAQ-listed company Marathon Patent Group that announced that they purchased 4,812 Bitcoin for around $150 million. And not to mention, but their stock also jumped 7.7% after that as well. Same thing we had seen with MicroStrategy. You're actually seeing some people who maybe they don't want to necessarily get involved in cryptocurrencies, but they are betting big. They're, investing in these stocks of companies that are actually looking to put Bitcoin on their balance sheets. So this is pretty incredible. We are seeing companies choose to hold their reserves in Bitcoin rather than US dollars. This is groundbreaking, this is revolutionary, and this is going to become the norm. In fact, companies that don't start doing it are going to be the ones who we're probably going to be laughing at in a couple of years, right? Now, talking about what everyone in crypto wants to know. Is it alt season? Should I be buying? Well, there might just in fact be an amazing opportunity right now. And for the longest time, I told you guys, why would you be in some of these speculative altcoins when you knew that the Bitcoin dominance ever since August of last year had just been going up and up and up and up and up. Now, we did get stomped out at around the 73% and we have pulled back. Now, before we get into this, let's just point out that Bitcoin dominance is a bit of an arbitrary number, right? There's constant altcoins coming out every day. There's different ICOs and exchange offerings and tokens. I mean, there's over 8,000 tokens right now. And growing. That number's not going to stop. So obviously, the more there is, the more those tokens absorb, the price based, or the dominance based off of just one coin. So you do have to take this with a grain of salt. However, currently having a 63% dominance for Bitcoin, down 10% from the peak, this does signal that some of these investors could be looking into things like Bitcoin or moving from Bitcoin into Ethereum. In fact, Coinbase says that institutions are beginning to spend large amounts of their capital on Ethereum. In an overview of 2020, they say that Bitcoin does still remain the favorite among institutional players, but they do note that the big money clearly sees potential in the future of Ethereum. And we did just have Ethereum hit an all-time high. In fact, we also saw right here, crypto market cap for the total too was up as well. However, there is something that I would just like to point out super quick. And, I'm not trying to say I'm against Ethereum. You guys know I support Ethereum. I support, certain altcoin projects, but still having a look at, this is, by the way, this is the Ethereum chart, but this is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. And you can see that compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum is still very far behind, even though it just broke its all-time high. So really what this is telling me is unless you're trading short term, it still made the most sense to hold Bitcoin over Ethereum because yes, Ethereum is rallying faster right now, but over the long term, Bitcoin did still perform better, right? Last year, Ethereum did perform better, but I am talking about short term. So, talking about DeFi, talking about altcoins, is it worth getting into them right now? Well, there could be some opportunities ahead. You can see right here that the DeFi market cap is actually at $43.3 billion, and we have $24.82 billion locked in DeFi alone. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys, we had spoke about some projects that I had put in my top altcoin videos a while ago. In fact, Polkadot being one of my biggest holdings, you guys know this. I told you about Polkadot at $2, $3, $5, and we did hit up to 18. We are having a bit of a pullback. I told you about Kusama at $5. Kusama sitting at $96. Elrond, guys, I told you these protocols, these smart layer contracts, they are where you want to keep your focus on, which is literally all three of what I just told you about. Elrond, I told you about eGold before it was even eGold. It was ERCD. But enough about, whether or not, the coins that we picked. Look, we didn't all pick winners, let's be honest. Some of them didn't do well, some of them did, right? But these are the risks associated with the altcoins. Now, once again, I'm going to give my final opinion on the altcoins. I do believe that there are going to be altcoins that will outperform Bitcoin. However, the reality is that the majority of the altcoins, at least what I've seen since I've been in crypto, although they can outperform Bitcoin in the short term, in the long term, they do not, okay? Yes, there's going to be a handful of winners. There may be 10 or 20 or even 30 coins that come out of this, like the Phoenix from the Flames. But out of the 8,000 coins you can see right here, look at some of these coins. Omnitude, Dragon Coin, down 100%. Universa, Fortuna, Based Money, I'm literally just reading randomly. Inc., Hyperspace, Charter, Agricia, down 99%. Humanique, down 99%. And these were all coins that everybody was talking about in 2017 and 2018. Look at these coins. I'm not going to go through them all. Look at 98%, 97%, 96%. Aventus, One Roof, Snake Token, Veriblock, HTML coin. Remember, people were shilling that. Foam, down 85%. Ubix, down 84%. So my point is that, yes, there are opportunities for short-term gains, but long-term, you want to hold some Bitcoin and some Ethereum and the coins that you know actually have the potential. But a lot of people have been asking, do I have any more picks like here? Yes, I do. And maybe I will start talking about more altcoins, but I just wanted to be clear to everyone watching that they are very speculative. I still recommend holding a good chunk of Bitcoin in your portfolio, and you need to be smart. You need to know when to sell. You need to have a plan. You need to stick with it. Do not get emotionally attached to a cryptocurrency just because it's performing well. There were so many altcoins that I was holding in 2017 that they were performing so well. I became emotionally attached to them. I married those coins. Every time the coin dipped, I just couldn't accept the fact that the coin could go lower and lower and lower. And there are some coins, my friends, that I missed out on 30x gains plus by simply holding it all the way down to either the lower price than what I got in or breaking even. And I don't want you guys to do that this time around. Understand that these are cycles. These coins are going to have their pullbacks, Polkadot, Ethereum, even Bitcoin as well. So be smart. And that's what we're going to be focusing on. I'm going to bring some altcoins to the table, but I also want to give you guys exit points as well. And some people get pissed when I talk about selling them. But listen, if you've made double, take half back. If your altcoin doubled, take your initial capital back, put it into a stable coin, put it into Bitcoin, put it into Ethereum, put it into, I think Polkadot will do quite well, but the ones that are established are pretty much Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so that is basically my opinion on that. But let's talk about what's going on in Russia. So this is interesting. So public officials are now banned from using cryptocurrencies in Russia. Public officials will stop declaring crypto assets in April of 2021. And here's the crazy part. Those who do not declare crypto holdings could face stiff penalties or jail time. So they say sequel to Vladimir Putin's decree on December 10th, asking government officials to declare their digital assets, the Russian government has now gone ahead and banned public officials from holding any cryptocurrency. According to the letter, public officials in Russia are not only expected to get rid of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets, but they are also prohibited from spending them effective April 1st. So, yeah, man, I hate when I hear these stories. You take one step forward, you take two steps back. So hopefully Russia gets their act together. But talking about some positives, Chamath Palihapitiya, didn't he come out with a video saying he thinks ETH is going to go to zero? I have to disagree. That is not going to happen, my friend. But he is a Bitcoin bull. He is running for governor of the state of California. And I think that's pretty cool. On top of all that, he's planning on giving $2,000 to every new child born in the state. He says if we want California to remain as the technological hub of the world, we have to encourage more people to settle down and live here. And finally, our happy story of the day, Mr. Beast himself, the huge YouTuber. I'm sure you guys all know who Mr. Beast is. He is going to send not only photos to the moon, but also $1 million worth of Bitcoin to the moon on a hard drive, apparently. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But that $1 million in Bitcoin is definitely probably going to be worth a lot of money in the next few decades. And I myself may have to take a trip and go find where that hard drive is buried. So that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Since we barely had any videos last week, I'm going to push the Ledger giveaway pretty much off until next week, just because we didn't have really any videos last week. So if you guys want to win the Ledger, you guys can check that out. Like I said, if you are interested in how to trade on Bybit, I do have a tutorial. You can check that out below. $520, I think, through February 4th. They're offering for certain deposit amounts. So, yeah, if you're interested, you guys can check that out. But that is it for me today. Let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that there's no way that Bitcoin could become short-term bearish? It's just up only. Or do you think that we are going to have that consolidation? I'm not 100% convinced until I do see the official breakout. Obviously charts show us where we've been. They don't show us where we're going. So all we have is our intuition and, some past performance. But I do say right now is a little bit of a hairy time to be trading. I would be careful. But yeah, if you're looking to buy the dip, buy Bitcoin, I think now's a great time to buy. Dollar cost average now, dollar cost average next month, dollar cost average the month after that, and you will be doing fine, my friends. So thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Keep in mind, nothing on this channel is financial advice. Obviously, you know that, right? I'm just a guy on the internet. These are just my opinions. But if you haven't got subscribed, definitely consider it. And yeah, I think that's about it for today. So thank you so much for coming back. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.